All right, everyone, namaste. Welcome to practice. What a beautiful opportunity to share yoga with you. So thank you for stepping on the mat. Maybe even take this time to give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a little hug, saying thank you to yourself for arriving into practice. As you make yourself comfortable in your seat, allow your shoulders to melt away from the ears. Allow your hips to gently open as you sit on your prop, bringing the shoulders over the hips. Unclench the jaw. Soften your gaze or completely close your eyes. Allow your hands to rest comfortably in your lap or on your legs. They can be face down or face up. Allow that space between the eyebrows to soften. Taking this moment to arrive into our practice, to become present. We'll start with a few deep sighing breaths. So I'll invite you to take a deep belly breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh out. Do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. 1 more time on your own. With the exhale, the body softens just a little bit more, letting go of any tightness or tension, letting go of any expectations for our practice. Start to breathe now in and out through the nose. Feel the floor underneath you. Feel your legs supporting your hands. Feel length in the spine as you sit up nice and tall. Taking this moment to check in with ourselves. I'll invite you to ask yourself, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling physically in the body, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Checking in with lots of compassion, with no judgment. There's no right or wrong, good or bad. Start to deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhales. Setting aside the next 60 minutes for you, for your practice, for your relaxation and healing. There's nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. In today's practice, we will focus on cultivating the energy of being grounded, feeling grounded. And take a moment here to reflect on, what does grounded mean for you? When you say grounded, what happens in the body? Does it soften? Is there resistance? When you say grounded, what happens in the mind? Does it become calm and clear? With every breath, feeling a bit more present, more centered, more calm. I'll invite you to set an intention for today's practice. Maybe letting this energy of grounded appear and arise in any way that's right for you today. Maybe it's to simply listen to the body, to practice breathing deeply and consciously. Once you have this intention in mind, bring your hands together, heart center. Embracing that intention into the heart, to the body, the mind, the spirit. Take one more deep belly breath in. Exhale, big sigh out. Mindfully start to flutter the eyelids open. We'll release our hands. Make your way off your prop as you come to sit on your bottom. Switch your legs, so bring the other foot in front. Sit up nice and tall. Just gonna warm up our hips with small circles. So bring your chest towards your right knee as you come down and around to the left. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Notice how the hips feel here. If it's comfortable, you can even do this with your eyes closed, maybe moving a bit slower than you want to. On your next breath, start to draw circles the other way, move from left to right. Feel free to hold anywhere the stretch might feel yummy. One more circle. And coming back to center with our hips gently worn, bring the soles of your feet together. We'll create a diamond shape with our legs. So coming into butterfly. If your hips are feeling quite tight today, move the feet away from the body, nice big diamond. Feeling quite open, the feet can be closer to the body. Bringing in your prop, so your pillow or your box. Place this in front of the toes or behind the heels. As you inhale, grow nice and tall. As you exhale, tip from the hips, start to fold forward. See if you can keep the spine long. And then you're using your prop to support you. So one option is to place your forearms here. And your block or your pillows can be at any height. Another option, you can fold a little bit more forward, allowing the forehead to come to rest on your prop. Or even create fists with your hands. Again, folding and hinging from the hips. So we're not rounding our spine in this one. Instead, imagine the heart is reaching forward towards the front of your mat or towards your screen. Allowing gravity to draw the knees out to either side. Noticing where you feel sensation in butterfly today. And can you send your breath there? With each breath, inviting the hips to gently open, expand, and release. Continue to keep the jaw soft. If it's comfortable, you can even close your eyes again in this pose, bringing your focus really inward. Breathing in, the in-breath is deep. Breathing out, the out-breath is slow. In, deep. Out, slow. This pose starts to get quite intense. You're welcome to wiggle the feet away from the body, adjust your shape. Remember, this is your practice. We're not forcing our bodies into any shape, but we're letting our breath guide us, using the breath to listen to the body. Feel long from the crown of the head all the way down to your tailbone. Enjoying 5 more deep breaths here in Baddha Konasana, butterfly. On your next inhale, take your time as you slowly lift the torso. Sitting up nice and tall again, you move your props to the side. Use your hands to support you as you draw your knees together. Extend your legs out in front of you. Plant your hands behind you. Come to rest here. Let the feet and legs open outward. Notice what it feels like to release from that pose. And then on your next breath, we'll cross our legs. Plant your hands in front of you as you come up to tabletop. Continuing to create length along the spine. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, drop the belly, open up the chest. Look up, cow. Exhale, tuck in the chin, suck in the belly, push into your hands, round back, cat. Inhale, opening up the heart. Exhale, breathing into the lower back, the back of the neck, the shoulder blades. If this feels good, feel free to continue in linear cat and cow, or take this time to gently move the spine in any other direction. Any way that feels good, using this opportunity to, again, check in with the body, to notice how you're feeling today, to notice where you're holding tightness or tension, to observe where you feel open, strong. 5 breaths in your own gentle movements. You're also welcome to tuck in your toes and send your hips up into a very gentle downward dog. Enjoy one more deep breath in, full slow breath out. Inhaling, coming back to center, tabletop. Walk your knees together. Keep the toes untucked. Come to sit on your heels. Bring your hands behind you. Gently open up the front of the chest. Feel the shoulders move away from the ears. And as we exhale, bring your hands onto your knees as we tuck in the chin, round down. So variation of caterpillar. Breathe here into the back of the neck, shoulder blades. Maybe even feeling a gentle stretch into your lower back. If it's comfortable, close the eyes. Often our focus is in our breath to the front of the body. Noticing the belly and chest rise and fall. In this pose, I'm going to invite you to shift your awareness to the back of the body. As you breathe in, feel the back of the body gently rise. And as you breathe out, feel the back of the body gently fall. If you'd like to deepen this stretch, you can add a bit of tension into your hands, so pulling the knees towards you, maybe micro bend into the elbows. If you're comfortable, just rounding down, let gravity do the work. As we stretch the spine in this direction, we breathe into the tailbone, the bottom of the spine, our root chakra, the space where we hold being grounded, feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling supported. 3 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, very slowly start to round up. So stack 1 vertebrae at a time. Neck and head coming up last. Let your shoulders melt away from the ears. Relax your hands and your arms. Sit up nice and tall. Noticing how the spine feels to come out of that pose. Maybe you're even feeling a bit of warmth buzzing through your feet and your legs. On your next breath, walk your hands in front of you. Come back to tabletop. This time we'll bring our knees wider than our hips. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Inhale, draw up the belly, open up the chest. As you exhale, round back. Shift your weight back into your heels as we come into wide legs child's pose. We'll do this gentle flow into the spine 2 more times. Inhale, coming up into the hands, drop the belly, open the heart. Exhale, round back. 1 more of each. Move with your breath. As you exhale to come down into tadpole, if you'd like, you can open your knees even a little bit wider, mat width apart, allowing the chest and belly to fall between the legs. Forehead comes down onto the earth. Arms stretched out in front of you. This feels quite intense into your chest today. Bend one arm, create a pillow with the forearm. You're welcome to gently wiggle your hips side to side, bit of a massage into that joint. There's a lot going on in the mind today, that's very normal. And gently rock the forehead side to side. When you're ready, settling into that sweet spot of stillness. With every exhale, the body softens into the floor. Option to keep your palms down on the earth, or you can even turn the palms up towards the sky. In mindfulness, we actually call this practice touching the earth. By being here on the floor on the earth, it's very calming for the nervous system. We gently soften any stress, worries, or anxiety. We remind ourselves that we are grounded, we are safe, we are supported. Enjoying tadpole here for 2 more minutes. I'll leave you here in silence so you can really focus on the breath in and out. Take one more grounding deep breath in. A full releasing breath out. On your next inhale, shift your weight into your hands, move in slow motion. As we release out of this pose, make your way down onto your belly. Take your time, no rush. Once you're on the floor, you can bring your hands underneath the forehead. Let the feet and legs fall outward. Feel your belly rise and fall against the mat. Your next breath, gently lift the head. We'll bring our palms underneath the shoulders, taking your time to make your way back up to tabletop. Bring your feet out towards one side as you come to sit on your bottom. Extend your legs out in front of you. We'll cross our left leg as if you're coming to sit, cross leg, and then bring this right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Allow this right hip to come down. So this left ankle's near your bum. Plant your right hand behind you as you hug this knee into the chest. Lengthen the spine. This right knee is facing up towards the sky. Maybe hug it closer towards the chest. Feel a little bit of a sensation into the side of the leg. Option one, you can stay here, sitting upright. Option two, start to slowly twist towards the right. If it's comfortable, you can even look over your right shoulder. And if this feels quite intense, you're welcome to come back. You don't have to do a full twist. 3 deep breaths here. Taking care of our side body, massaging the organ. On your next inhale, mindfully come back to center. This time we'll slide our knees on top of one another. So right knee's on top of the left, coming into shoelace. This is full shoelace. You're welcome to stay here or extend the bottom leg, coming to half shoelace, depending on how your hips feel. Grab your props, placing this in front of you as we prepare to fold forward. So inhale, sit up nice and tall, lengthen the spine, hinging from the hips again, slowly start to fold forward. Maybe the belly comes to rest on the thighs. You're welcome to stay on your palms. You can bring your forearms onto your pillow or your block. If you're really open, maybe folding all the way forward, forehead comes down onto fist towards the block. Lots of options to play and experiment with. Try different variations. And if this pose looks different than the last time you practice, that's very normal. Our bodies are constantly changing. See if you can find the edge of your practice. That space where you're feeling sensation, where we're stretching and targeting the fascia tissue, but where you can still keep your deep and slow breath. So no pain, no force. Relax your shoulders away from the ears, unclench your jaw. Maybe even offer yourself a smile. A smile of awareness and gratitude. Enjoying 90 more seconds here in shoelace. 3 more, releasing breath. Your next inhale, mindfully start to lift the torso. Take your time. Move your props over towards the side. Lean back into your hands as you gently unwrap the legs. Extend the legs out in front of you. Staying here in stillness for a few breaths. Notice what the right side feels like versus the left. That space you've created. We'll do that pose on the other side now, or that sequence. So crossing the right leg in first. Bring your left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Allow this left hip to come down. So sometimes it might feel like this. And you can bend or wiggle that right foot closer towards your hip. We're not sitting on the hip. Hug this knee into the chest. Plant your left hand behind you and come up onto your fingertips as you inhale, grow tall. And then exhale, slowly start to twist towards the left. If it's comfortable for the neck, you can look over the left shoulder. And take a moment to observe and notice what's happening in the body. For me, because this is my tight side, I actually automatically started to clench my glutes. I started to build resistance. If you're noticing resistance in your practice, see if you can breathe into that space. Maybe asking the glute to relax, the bum to relax. Take one more deep breath in. And a calming breath out. Inhale, slowly start to come back to center. Please slide now that left knee on top of the right. Option to extend the bottom leg, especially if this is your tight side. Both hips stay down. Inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, slowly start to fold forward. And you can bring your props back into practice. Remember, the props are here to support us. Finding that sweet spot here, that edge of our practice on this side, and it might look quite different from the other. Shoulders soften. Spine is long. If it's comfortable, you can even manifest that beautiful smile again. And smile to remind us that being grounded, being calm, being compassionate and peaceful are already available inside of us. Our practice helps to manifest it, liberate it, let it come alive. Enjoying 90 seconds here. Letting any sounds near or far just be there as we keep our awareness to our breath. Enjoy one more grounding breath in and a full grounding breath out. On your next breath, we'll gently start to lift the torso. Move your props over towards the side. Lean back into your hands as you gently unwrap the legs. And then stay here in stillness for a breath or two. Noticing how your body's starting to feel through our practice. The mind's feeling through the practice. And gently sway the feet side to side. Bending at your knees, I invite you to make your way slowly down onto your back. Once you're on your back, hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Rock side to side. Massage out that lower back. You can also draw circles with your knees up towards the sky if that feels good. Moving into our side body, we'll prepare for the banana pose. Plant your feet down onto the earth. Wiggle your hips over towards the right hand side. As we wiggle our torso over towards the left. Maybe already starting to feel a bit of a stretch into the right ribs. Extend your legs long. Then we'll guide our legs over towards the left. So left leg comes towards left corner, followed by the right leg. Think of a banana shape, so a crescent circle. You're welcome to stay here or add in the arms. The arms come up above the head, leaning over towards the left-hand side. Allow that right hip to stay down onto the floor. If you need to wiggle around, sit up and make your way into this pose, please feel free to. Take your time to get here. For a deeper stretch down the side of the leg, you can cross your right ankle on top of the left. That feels like too much, release the leg. Shoulders are heavy. Breathe into that right hip. Down the side of the leg, the IT band. Breathe into your right ribs. The space underneath the armpit, all the way up the arm. In daily life, we don't really get the chance to move or stretch side to side. So this is a really good pose for the body. Enjoying 90 more seconds here in Bananasana. Enjoying 3 more lengthening breaths into the right side body. And your next breath, if the arms are up above the head, gently release the arms down. Take your time to bring your legs back underneath the hips. Bring your shoulders back to center. Hands can come onto the belly or rest alongside the body. Coming into Shavasana just for a few breaths. Noticing how you feel on the right side versus the left. Maybe a bit longer, a bit taller. More energized, more calm. Enjoy a deep belly breath in. Exhale through the mouth, sigh out. Gently hug the knees back in towards your chest. Rock side to side. Massage out that lower back. And then we'll prepare for that pose on the other side. So releasing your feet down. Wiggle your hips over towards the left-hand side. Your shoulders come towards the right. When you're ready, extend the legs. And we'll create the second half of the banana shape. Right leg comes over towards right corner. Left leg comes towards the right. That left hip is grounded down. Option to add in the arms, bringing them up over the head. You can even hold on to your left wrist with the right hand, gently pulling it up and over towards the side. It's okay if you don't look fully like a banana. Noticing how the left side body feels versus the right. Option to also cross your left ankle on top of the right for a deeper stretch. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. And bring into your focus, bring into your mind's eye that intention you set at the beginning of the practice. Breathing with that intention in and out. As we stay here in banana on this side for 1 more minute. Three more lengthening breaths on this side. Your next breath, gently release the arms down. Unhook the legs. Take your time to come back to center. Moving slowly, no rush. Noticing how the left side feels now. Enjoy a deep belly breath in. Exhale, big sigh out. Mindfully hug the knees back in towards your chest. Rock side to side if that feels good. Again, slowly, no rush. Rolling over now onto either side of the body. Use your palms to very slowly push yourself up to seated. Take your time. Preparing now for one of my favorite gentle inversions, legs up the wall. So if you're using a wall in your practice today, I'll invite you to set yourself up against the wall. If you have a pillow, you can bring this underneath your lower back. So sitting up right against the wall, swing your legs up. If you're using a chair, bring this chair closer towards your mat. And what you'll do is, if you have a pillow again, you can stick it underneath your bottom. And on the chair, the seat facing towards you, you're going to let your thighs, your calves rest on the seat. If you don't have a chair, so this variation is also really good for the sofa if you're using a sofa. If you don't have a chair or a wall, stick your block or your pillow underneath your lower back, underneath the hips. Just bring the legs up. So lots of different variations, and enjoy getting into this pose. It reminds me a lot of being like a child, watering our seed of lightness and playfulness. If you need to, wiggle around, get your bum as close as you can to the wall. Legs can be close together, wide apart. Choose what feels comfortable for you here. The wider the legs, the more you're working to the hips. So for something a bit more gentle, keep the legs up. Once you're here, you can rest your belly onto your hands. They can remain alongside the body or even up over the head. Holding onto opposite wrists or elbows to work on opening the chest. Tuck your chin in, breathe into the back of the neck. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. Lots of different benefits in this pose. Calming for the nervous system. Promotes circulation through the body. Let all the muscles in the face be soft. For those of you practicing at the end of your day, this is a great pose before bed. For those of us who are starting our day, this is a great way to feel calm and grounded. Setting a foundation for the day ahead. I've left us some time to stay here for a couple minutes. If you're comfortable where you are, you're welcome to stay. If you'd like to change the variation of your legs, you're also welcome to do that. I'll leave you here in silence to enjoy this ease, this calmness, this groundedness you're cultivating. On your next inhale, take a deep belly breath in. And a big sigh out. Feeling quite comfortable and legs up the wall or on the chair. And you're kind of thinking, Victoria, don't make me get out of this pose. I'll invite you to stay here for Shavasana. Or if you're ready to come out of this pose, bend at the knees, hug your knees into your chest. Roll over onto either side of the body. Stay here for at least 3 deep breaths. And then taking your time to come to lie back down onto your back, coming into a traditional Shavasana. So again, remember this is your practice. If you want to stay lying down on your side, you're also welcome to do that. Making yourself comfortable wherever you're choosing to rest. Allowing the floor to support you. Arriving into the most important pose and time of our practice, where we get to integrate the poses, integrate the breath, integrate today's grounding energy. Let your shoulders give their weight to the earth. Let your fingers, hands, and arms rest. Your belly and your hips rest. Your feet and your legs rest. Softening all the muscles in the face. Releasing any remaining tension or tightness. You start to drift into that magical space between being awake and being asleep. And I'll leave you here in Shavasana for about 3 minutes. I will let you know when it's time to get up. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to the body. Notice your belly rise and fall, bringing intention back into our breath. And from here, very slowly wiggle the fingers and toes. Rotate your wrists and ankle. Mindfully take a stretch in any way that feels good. In your own time, gently hug the knees back into your chest, rolling over onto either side of the body into fetal position. Whether you're coming out of Shavasana or legs up the wall, stay here for a few breaths. With ease, use your palms to gently guide yourself back up to seated. If it's comfortable, keep your eyes closed, keep your focus inward. Noticing how you feel here at the end of our practice. I'll invite you to carry this sense of groundedness, of ease with you into the rest of your day. Gently bring your hands together at heart center, tucking in our chin slightly, taking this time to honor ourselves for stepping on the mat, honor our bodies, our minds, and our practice. The peace and ease in my heart sees the peace and ease in your heart. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today, friends. Namaste.